Am I the jerk for calling out my spouse for openly checking out another person? My wife called me while I was busy working to tell me she received a ticket for using her phone while driving. I tried to remain calm and end the call quickly, though I may have sounded annoyed, as she often accuses me of the same behavior despite her own phone use. Later, when she recounted the incident to our daughter, she mentioned she was using the GPS on her phone. I casually asked why she didn't use the car's dashboard GPS instead. This question seemed to upset her, and she became defensive and started arguing. The next day, she was still upset and not speaking to me. We were going to the grocery store, and the argument escalated over something we said to each other. We entered the store and a good-looking man walked past us. The top of his shirt was unbuttoned, and he was showing his muscular chest. My wife stared at him, ogled him, and gave him the sleep with me now look. I could clearly see her staring at his chest, and then his eyes. After he walked past us, she immediately turned around and looked at his butt. Then, a few seconds later, she turned her head towards me. I assumed to see if I had seen her do that. I didn't say anything at the time, but it bothered me and was so odd and unexpected. I guess I was still processing what happened. 3 days passed with minimal conversation until she unexpectedly apologized and hugged me. I reciprocated, but then mentioned how hurtful and embarrassing it was when she openly ogled another man at the store, especially with our children there. She seemed confused and denied it, accusing me of staring at another woman in the produce section that same day, which only added to the tension. I don't mind if she finds others attractive. I get it, it's natural. However, bringing up my discomfort several days later, was this the right move? Should I have just let it go? I don't care if she looks at other men. I'm assuming everyone does this, but the way she did it was very hurtful and embarrassing. It's really disrespectful to be checking out someone so openly, especially with your partner right there. Sure, it's summer and there are lots of beautiful people around, but a quick glance should be enough. It's crazy how such a minor issue can blow up into days of silent treatment and conflict. Seriously, do you guys even communicate at all? Am I the jerk for choosing to call CPS on my hoarder parent? I have never posted here, and I'm not sure anyone will see it, but I figured it's worth a shot. My mother, who is 40 years old, is a hoarder. It started around the time she and my sister's father broke up. She had my sister 6 years ago, and shortly after, he moved out. He has no rights to her, so my mother has her 24/7. This is my issue. If my mother wanted to be a hoarder and live in it herself, fine, that's her deal. I do not want my sister growing up in this environment that is continually getting worse. Not only is she a hoarder, but she is also a shopaholic. Almost every time I come to her house, there are packages waiting at the door. She owns a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with a 2-car garage and a shed in the backyard. Every single room is full. Her own bedroom is full. There are walkways, but sometimes even those have stuff in the way. I'm currently sitting in one of her bathrooms writing this, and I am looking at 6 bottles of hand soap and 11 loofahs, just to give you an idea. My sister and I have both brought this topic up to her numerous times. She is well aware that she has a problem, yet does nothing about it. She will complain about how overwhelmed she is in her home, yet any offer for help is turned down, or some excuse is made. I offered to rent a U-Haul and fill it up and take it to donation. I have offered to post things on Facebook Marketplace for her because she is convinced everything is worth money. I even had a garage sale for her in the middle of summer. I worked my ass off and surprise, no one bought anything. We probably made $20 after being out there all day. When I offered the U-Haul, she came up with the excuse that things are sentimental to her and that she would need to go through everything before getting rid of stuff. I worry about the effects this will have on my sister. It has affected me, and I do not even live with her anymore. When I say she is a hoarder, I do not mean trash, bugs, and nasty stuff like that. It is just stuff. Sometimes I think about her passing away in the future and how long it will take for my siblings and me to go through everything in this house. I have considered calling Child Protective Services, CPS, because of it. However, she used to work for them and told me that they will not do anything unless the child is in danger, which she is not. She is taken care of, but this place is so anxiety-inducing. I hate coming over here. I feel like I am stuck. There is nothing I can do, but I desperately wanted to do something for the sake of both of them. Am I the asshole if I try to take my sister from her mother? CPS can judge the situation, and that's what they are there for. If your mom is okay, they'll rule in her favor. A house packed with stuff where there is limited mobility through pathways and to exits is a fire hazard and puts your sister at risk. Hoarding behavior is linked to issues like depression, anxiety, and OCD, so your mom might need to see a mental health professional. Am I the jerk for telling my friend that I want to uninvite her partner from all our group outings so that we can have friend time without significant others? Me and a few friends have a book club where we mostly eat food and slightly discuss the book we read. It is mainly to hang out and see each other as we are all in our careers and life gets busy. Of the 4 of us, who are all women, 3 have husbands or partners and 1 was single for the longest time. She has recently started dating someone, another woman, and has invited her to our book club hangout to meet her. I was completely fine with it and enjoyed meeting her. I am very happy for my friend to be dating someone seriously, as this is her first serious relationship in several years. Now, I hang out with this friend significantly less since she started dating the new woman. which I understand as priorities shift. However, now when we do meet up for book club, the past 3 times she has brought her girlfriend. Her girlfriend does not read the books either, so it has kind of moved away from being a book club and more just a scheduled hangout. Now these typical girls' dates seem very third wheel. This was always just an us thing, and the husbands and boyfriends never came. But because she is gay and has a girlfriend, her girlfriend comes as one of the girls. We mentioned going away for a girls' trip in our book club chat, which the girlfriend is not a member of, and we thought it would be really fun. Now I am finding out that the girlfriend would come too. It feels hypocritical to have her girlfriend invited, but specify it be a girls' trip, which leaves out our male partners but can include her girlfriend. I am really happy my friend has someone she loves and is serious with, but I feel annoyed to be with several friends in one couple. We were going to hang out today, and I just found out her girlfriend was going to come with. Since I was going to talk to her in person about this trip, I asked that she not be included today, so I could discuss this with my friend in private. She is now taking it very badly, so I explained via text that I would still like to have girls' time, sans couples, like we have for years. She is upset that I do not see her girlfriend as one of the girls, when it is not really about that, but more so, if we bring couples, why can't I bring mine, who is male too? Nothing you have done here makes me think you are the jerk. You just want to hang out with your actual friends, without significant others, partners included. The gender of her partner should not give her a free pass to always bring her to friend events. Her girlfriend shouldn't be invited simply because she's a girl when all of the other SOS are excluded. This is not internalized homophobia. It just means you would like to spend time with your friend without always having to filter things. Am I the jerk for asking my partner to pick up toilet cleaner on the way back home? I'm going through this situation right now, and I really need to know if I'm in the wrong. If I'm Judge the asshole, I have no problem apologizing and doing the Stand Wrong song. Honestly, I didn't want to post this, but my daughter said she was going to and pretend to be me. When I told her that I'm the one who needs to post here, as I'm the one being judged, her response was, "Ooh, like no one on Reddit has ever lied before." Point taken. Here goes. My daughter's 21st birthday is coming up, and she decided to celebrate it a bit early because she's going to be out of town on the actual day. We all had a very nice dinner. My wife's son, mother-in-law, daughter, and I were all in attendance. There was no one else involved and things were great the entire time. That is, until we got home. When we got home, my daughter opened up her presents, and we all talked a bit before my mother-in-law had to go home. She doesn't drive after dark, so my wife decided to take her home. She lives about 2 miles away, and on the way, she passes several grocery stores. Seeing that they had left, and we were only planning on having some ice cream cake and playing some Switch games for the rest of the night, I asked my wife if she could stop at one of the stores on the way back to pick up some cleaning tablets for the toilet tank. We tend to get a lot of mildew in the bowls when the tablet runs out. I started to see it form over the last couple of days. We've been doing a lot of work on the house lately because we've done some remodeling and have even more planned. When I asked my wife that, she was obviously put out and told me so. I asked her why it was such a big deal that it was on her way, and she didn't have to keep her mom waiting in the car. She could just do it after she drops her mom off. She said no, she wasn't going to do that and she'd try to go in the morning. I didn't think it was a big ask, but she said it was and that it was inappropriate for me to even ask during your daughter's birthday party. I told her I didn't think it was a big deal because she wouldn't even be here. Her mom would already be home, and my son had already gone up to his room to play games on his PC. I told her that it would only take 5 to 10 minutes to go in and buy them, and her response was something along the lines of, "That's 5 to 10 minutes I'd rather spend with our daughter on her birthday." Anyway, I decided to just go out and get them myself. I was probably gone for 15 minutes, as the store is only a mile away. It took so little time, in fact, that I got back before my wife even got back. So no harm, no foul, right? Wrong. I was chastised for leaving my daughter alone on her birthday. My wife was extremely upset with me and didn't see why it was so important to me that I get the tablets tonight, and that I chose toilet cleaner over my daughter, and that I ruined her birthday. I don't think those comments are fair at all. So am I the asshole? You are the jerk here, OP, for leaving your daughter's birthday party to buy a toilet cleaner that could have waited until tomorrow. Even at 21, spending time with family is important, and it's hard to understand why a reminder to get cleaner was prioritized. The bigger issue is blowing up a birthday over something so trivial, and then having trouble returning to the celebration. Seriously, couldn't it have waited one more day or been ordered for next day delivery? Am I the jerk for telling my mom I want to elope? Hi everyone. I'm a 22-year-old female and I got engaged recently to my boyfriend, a 22-year-old male of 5 years. To say that I am happy would be an understatement. As every girl in the world, I always dreamed about my wedding day. Personally, I was never a fan of big parties, so my dream wedding was actually going to the courthouse, getting married with the best man and maid of honor there, signing the papers, and having a private celebration at home. I always imagined celebrating that moment with my partner and closest friends. I also didn't want any family there, and this is where my fiancé agreed with me. I have this gut feeling it would potentially ruin my moment. My mother would make comments. My fiance's mother would make comments, and my aunt would want to be a part of the preparations, like doing my makeup or getting my dress for me. Since I am not a confrontational person, this would end up with me having to agree or just stay silent and take whatever they say. I don't want that. I don't need the unnecessary stress on that beautiful day. I was talking to my mother and she asked about wedding plans. I said it would probably be very private and just one day where we get dressed all pretty and went to sign the papers. My mother was pissed. She asked how could I exclude her and my family from such a big moment. She asked who would walk me down the aisle, who would be the flower girl, where we would hold everything, and what about my dress. I said that it wasn't about my family, it was my day, my fiance's day, and we both agreed that we would want a private little eloping moment with close friends who would probably just be our best man and maid of honor, but she wouldn't hear any of that. She went and vented to my aunt, and now the story has gotten to almost every member of my family. They have all been texting me asking if I knew that I was ruining a beautiful moment and that I would regret it in the long run. My fiancé has taken my phone and told everyone that we are taking a small break and won't be answering the phone. He took me to our little house in the countryside where he knew I would feel better until everything cools down. I'm currently working on our garden trying to get my mind off of things. So am I the asshole for wanting to elope? I think you are not in the wrong here. If you want to have a micro wedding with 2 of your best friends as your witnesses, that's allowed, though it's not a shock that your family is upset about it. Would you 2 be willing to attend a wedding celebration or dinner on a totally different day than the actual wedding that your mother pays for and includes your family? Something like that may appease her, but it's certainly within your right to say no to that as well. Am I the jerk for going off on my roommate for trying to treat me like a housewife? I have been living with my roommate, whom we will call Jesus, for about a year now. We met while working together at Home Depot and hit it off so well that we decided to move in together. I am gay, and Jesus is straight, and we have always had a great friendship. I am naturally a tidier person, so I usually end up doing most of the cleaning around the house. Since I get home from work earlier than Jesus, I sometimes cook extra for him, but I never thought much of it. However, things have taken a turn lately. Jesus has started to expect me to always have the house clean and a hot meal ready for him when he gets home. When I do not, he gets angry and starts acting like it is my job. I shrugged it off at first, thinking he was just having a bad day, but it kept happening. Things came to a head last weekend. Jesus recently got a girlfriend and we were all hanging out. When Jesus came home from work that night and saw that there were a couple of dirty dishes in the sink and the house was not entirely clean, he went ballistic. Jesus yelled at me, "Why the hell isn't the house clean? And why haven't you cooked anything?" I was taken aback. I told him, "We're all just hanging out and there are only a few dishes. You've got 2 hands, use them if you care so much." He got even angrier and said, "It's not my job to clean up your mess. You're home all day, you should done it." I snapped and told him, "First off, I'm not home all day. I work too. Secondly, you've got a girlfriend now, ask her to cook for you." Jesus' girlfriend looked embarrassed, and my boyfriend was visibly uncomfortable. After that, I said, "I'm not your housewife, Jesus. And I'm not going to let any man that I'm not in a relationship with treat me like one. You're a grown man. Do your own chores." We argued for over 10 minutes, and Jesus kept insisting that since I am the one who is usually home first, it is my responsibility to keep the place clean and cook. I told him he is being unreasonable, and that this arrangement is not working if he is going to treat me like his personal maid. Your roommate sounds entitled, and it's definitely time to move out. It's not the girlfriend's job to cook him dinner either. Why can't he just cook and clean for himself? Absolutely, you did nothing wrong here in this situation. Thanks for watching. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. To finish listening to all the stories, check out the playlist in the description.